vlog number 3. That was very childish. Oh well. So not much has really happened since the last time I vlogged. We had Area 1 Act play that Thursday, so I guess I could talk about that here. So that went really well. We got there, we didn't perform until 6, and the contest started at noon. No, it didn't. It started at 1. Whatever. So the play started at 1, and we didn't perform until 6. And since there were 6 plays, we don't get a dressing room until 4. So we just watched the other plays, and some of them are good, some not so much. Trying to think of what they were. What am I talking about? Okay, I had to go get my program because I can't remember. Yay. This is us right here, by the way. I was excited. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so the first show was The Strength of Our Spirits by Cynthia Mercati, and that is set in Holland in 1933 to 1942, around the time that the Nazis are taking over and everything. So it's about this girl who gets separated from her family. She gets captured by the Nazis, and she's put on a train with another girl who is separated, who's a Christian, but is acting against the Nazis, and then one more guy who harbored, like, children, so that they wouldn't get stolen by the Nazis. So overall, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. It could have been a lot better, but it was decent. It didn't advance. Okay, so the second show was The Insanity of Mary Gerard by Lainey Robertson, which is set in a Pennsylvania mental institution in 1790. So it's a really good show, and I like this show a lot. The best ones are the Furies, because they get to play these creepy little characters that like crawl around on the floor, and they're all, you know, and things like that. So it's really fun. That's what I would have wanted to be. But so I think, in all honesty, the Furies are what carried them this far. Mary Gerard, I thought she was decent. She wasn't the best ever, but she was decent. So it was a good show, I guess. Overall, it was good. They did not advance either. Okay, so the third show was Company of Wayward Saints by George Herman, and the time is now, the scene is here. It's about this troupe of comedians who are improv actors, and they're performing for a duke so that they can be sent home. It's a good show, it's funny, but it's the third time I'd seen it, so I was kind of tired of it by the time I saw it again. So it didn't advance either, it got alternate. Okay, so the fourth show was Scenes in Revelations by Ellen Goranczyk, and it's set in the late 1890s. So it's a really good show. It tells the story of 4 sisters and their husbands or fiancés, or, you know, whatever you want to call them, because it's different for each of them. And how they all kind of separate but then come back together in the end. And it's a really good show. I liked it a lot. They did advance, so they'll be one of the 6 shows at regionals. So it was good. I really liked their show. The 5th show was Dark of the Moon by Howard Richardson and William Burney. It's set in 1897 in the Smoky Mountains. Now, I did not like this show. I like the show in general, not the production that I saw. My school did this 3 years ago, so I wasn't in it then, but I've seen it, and I've seen the full entire show. Theirs just was not real good, so I wasn't real impressed. They didn't advance. They got 2 awards. I didn't think either one of them deserved an award. That may be harsh, but it's true. So, and the last show was Us. We're doing Noises Off by Michael Frayn. Y'all have heard about it, so I don't see the need to describe it here. But we advanced, and 5 of our 9 people in the cast got awards, which is more than anybody else got. So we also had the highest percentage. We got Best Actor and Best Actress again, which we got 2 different people this time though. So now 4 people in our cast have gotten Best Actor, Best Actress, 2 girls, 2 guys. So rarely does that happen. So that's pretty exciting for us. So yeah, I'm excited because we advanced. We compete again on the 24th for regionals, which we've never been this far, so that's exciting. And there's 6 shows, and this kind of concerns me because there's 2 dramas and 4 comedies. The dramas are Scenes and Revelations and Antigone. So I'm not sure how I feel about Antigone, because if you don't know what Antigone is, it is a Greek play written by Sophocles, so it was written during the big Greek Empire, whereas the rest of these shows are like modern day shows, or not necessarily set in modern times, but written in modern times. So, but the school that's doing Antigone went to state last year, so we'll just have to see what happens. So then the comedies are, the first is Pinocchio Commedia, which I've never heard of or never seen, but from what I understand, it's a lot like A Company of Wayward Saints, which we beat. But you never know. So I'm excited to see it. And this school also went to state last year. So, and last year they did Pippin, so they did a comedy last year. Yikes. And then what really concerns me is one school is doing a funny thing happened on the way to the forum, which is a lot like our show. It's like with the chaos and the running in and out of places and narrowly missing each other, and so it's a lot like it. We almost did a funny thing happened on the way to the forum. So that's going to be a lot like our show. And then the last school is doing Noises Off. We're doing Noises Off. So that is very scary. They'll be different, obviously, because no 2 people cut the same way. But still, to have 2 shows out of 6 be the same show, it's pretty scary. I won't even lie to you. But since we made it to regionals, we have officially lettered in theater. So now on my letter jacket, I can have band and theater on my A, which is exciting. Because I'd much rather have theater, because that's my major in college and everything. But yeah, I've majored in 2 things now, both fine arts. Because I went to state twice on my solo for band. One of them is on my YouTube, you should check it out. I'll link it in the sidebar. So other than that, I haven't done much. Friday I had the day off because of Good Friday, so I slept in. Didn't do anything. Slept in Saturday, didn't do anything again. Went to Easter on Sunday with my family, so that was fun. I haven't seen them in a while, so that was fun to catch up. Monday I had high school off, but I had to go to college, which I just had government, so that was whatever. And then Tuesday I had both. I have not done anything. It's been ridiculous. And then Wednesday we had rehearsal again for the first time since contest, which turned out not to be a rehearsal. It was a big homework session because 9 out of 14 people in the company were failing. So we had to do some damage control. So I pretty much did my pre-cal homework, even though I'm not failing. But so I did my pre-cal homework and tutored people in Spanish. Although I feel kind of bad now because I'm my Spanish teacher's aide in one of her Spanish 1 classes. And I've taken 3 years of Spanish, so I'm decent in Spanish. But I was helping them, and it was the present progressive, which is easy. But dormir is different in present progressive. Like, I knew it didn't stem change the way it normally does, so I was thinking that it just doesn't stem change, because I knew there was something different about it. But it is a radical stem changer in the present progressive as opposed to a normal one. So I knew that it wasn't duermiendo, so I told them that it was dormiendo, but it's durmiendo. So it's whatever, they're passing though, so I don't care. But yeah, I felt kind of bad because I've taken 3 years of Spanish and can't conjugate dormir in the present progressive. But whatever, you know, you win some, you lose some. Cualquiera.